I recently posted about a movie called The Carpenter's Son that's causing a lot of consternation in Christian circles and is based on 2nd century stories about Jesus as a boy. It begs the question, do we actually know what Jesus was like as a child? And the short answer is no, nothing specifically. There's only one story in the whole Bible about that. But we do know about life in Judea in the 1st century. A recent book by Professor Joan Taylor, a highly regarded historian and biblical scholar, talks about what Jesus' childhood was like based on historical and archaeological evidence for the 1st century Judea. What we know is this was a period of deep political unrest. There were local tensions to do with King Herod, who was a provincially appointed king under the Roman Empire, and there was also, of course, the Roman Empire and resistant to it. Jesus would likely have grown up with stories of skirmishes and freedom fighters and imperial power and resistance. Furthermore, Professor Taylor argues it is historically plausible that Jesus and his family did flee to Egypt to escape violence before returning to Judea sometime later. That is, Jesus as a child probably had more in common with the millions of children today who live in refugee camps, displaced, or in war-torn countries than he does with those of us who are white and Western and live relatively privileged lives. I highly recommend the book if you want to read more.